Hello, everybody. This is a great night. If you're watching me tonight, I am inviting you all to do the watch party. I have the phone on, listening to the entry of our four astronauts coming back from the moon for the first time ever. And I just wanted to have a watch party so that you can listen or that you could hear what is going on because they are scheduled to land within the next few minutes. So it's a historic day. It's a historic night. If you're on the East Coast, it's supposed to happen a little bit after 8 o'clock. We currently have 13 minutes. So I'm going to just be talking and listening. And if you got any questions, you can ask me some questions while we listen to this historic day. You know?
Integrity.
So if there anybody with any questions, are there any questions? I'm listening to your answers. I'm
Now 6 minutes away from entry interface.
letting people know to just come on for a few minutes.
Traces of Earth's atmosphere at an altitude of 400,000 feet, traveling about 34,882 feet per second.
I'm going to call a few of you.
Splashdown at that point will be 1,701 nautical miles.
Hello, Liz. How are you?
All right. How are you?
Okay, I got you on live on YouTube. If you would go on live, we have a watch party for the shuttle. For everyone that's watching, this is Liz from Detroit, Michigan.
Again, just a reminder.
Come on YouTube, Liz. We're watching the shuttle come down, okay?
We do expect to lose
All right.
communications
Bye-bye.
with the vehicle and the crew during a
So we're
6-minute
calling
blackout
people
period
who
when a
are
plasma
asking questions.
shield will build up around the spacecraft due to the ionization,
Let's
due to heating
call Miss Belinda.
And
in
Flight Dynamics
Indiana.
has just confirmed we will have a blackout period of exactly 6 minutes in duration.
Hi,
And once again,
Sonia.
that's due to the fact that a plasma buildup around the vehicle will prevent communications and data.
This is
So we
Evelyn
will
of
not
Evelyn's
be able to
Creations. This
talk
is a
to
historic
the
night,
crew members at that
and we
time,
are calling members,
nor will
asking
we
them to come
receive
on
data
live while
in
we
the
watch
flight
the
control
shuttle
room.
come in.
Everything's looking good on board. Just confirm no pre-EI downloads.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Belinda.
Hello. How are you?
Are you in Ohio or Indiana?
India. I'm sorry. I'm in Ohio.
You're in Ohio. How you doing
Yeah.
tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, we got you live on YouTube. We're having a watch party with the shuttle come in.
That blackout period.
We're
to
inviting
begin
you
at
to come on out
6:53
and ask some
54
questions
seconds
while we
PM
wait for the
Central Time,
historic evening.
and again will last about
Thank you
6
for being
minutes
a
in
member.
duration.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you very much.
Okay, enjoy.
We're 4
Bye-bye.
minutes away from entry interface.
Bye.
So that's Miss Belinda in Ohio. She watches us a lot, and she appreciates it, and she wants to get some treasure box. So I said, come on live and see what we're doing. But so those who are watching tonight, it's just a great. The hardest part of this shuttle is the re-entry. So there is 6 minutes where there's no communication, and we're at that time where we don't know what's going on in the space shuttle. So everybody is praying, and parents and family members are all praying. And they said, if you're gonna pray, don't worry. If you're gonna worry, don't pray. So we already prayed up, and we're not worried. We just want to see them get back here safely. They're gonna land in California, and then they're gonna be taken to
As
Houston.
it crosses from southwest
And they left
to
from
northeast
Florida.
across the Pacific
So
Ocean,
they've been
3
gone
minutes from
for
entry
10
interface.
days, and they are actually free flowing. And this is the toughest part, is the landing, and they have to
16 and a
land
half
in the
minutes till
ocean.
splashdown.
So there are ships out there in the ocean waiting for them to land, and they got all of us
The
praying for them.
USS John P. Murtha and the
It's Friday
recovery
night.
team
I know
is
you're
on
busy,
station,
but I thought it
and
would be
in
great to do a
position,
watch party
as are the
on
airborne
the shuttle
imagery
coming
assets
down
that we hope to
from
receive
the moon.
imagery from
In fact,
as Artemis
YouTube, I tried to
enters
come on
the
earlier.
Earth's
YouTube had
atmosphere
crashed.
and
So
through
I had to
parachute
just keep
deployment.
trying to come back on because everybody is excited about these four astronauts coming back from the moon. a historic day, a very historic day. So we're gonna see if somebody else is
All of
up.
Integrity Systems are in great shape. The crew is ready to complete its mission. Just 15
So Sonia,
and a
what are
half
you
minutes
making
from
right now? Let me know what you're
All
making.
of the activities today have gone off in perfect fashion.
How you doing? I'm asking you to go on live. We're doing a watch party, waiting on the
And
shuttle to
weather
come
at the
back in.
splashdown site is go.
At 7:45.
We're on it right now.
Oh, it's on your time.
Yeah, on our time. So it's right now, and it should land in less than, I say, between 8 and 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get on. I'm at my family right now.
Okay, well, tell them to turn on the TV. We gotta pray them out off that ship. Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Okay, everybody. That was Constance in Indiana, and she was asking some questions. And what she was asking
Coming
me
up
was
on 1
about
minute until entry interface.
the. She was asking me questions about the Dun and Bradstreet number. Okay, a Dun and Bradstreet number is actually a business number. And that business number let all the creditors know that you're a great business and they give you lines of credit. So we will talk about lines of credit on the next video on what it takes to get lines of credit. And also, if you're in the coaching, I will actually tell you the best credit to go for, and it's not from a bank.
20 seconds
The best money to get. When you're doing your business, you need some cash, you need some injections. So we want you to know all of that. So this is going to be a great year in spite of. All right. If you're just coming on, this is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. We are doing a watch party for the space shuttle to come down in I think it's San Diego, California. And we want to pray these astronauts up. And if you got some questions, you can ask me the questions and I will answer them. Okay. Sonia says she's planning on making some earrings. Okay, Sonia, I got a great idea for you.
10 seconds
I have a
till
great
entry
idea.
interface.
I got a great idea for you. When you make the earrings, I want you to get some wire that's in a circle, and I want you to put some beads on the wire, and I want you to make some wrap necklaces. Make some wrap necklaces and put that main stone on the earring in the middle. They sell very, very well. Get some wire. You can get like 4 or 5 yards of wire. You get it from Michael's, get it from Walmart, and make some wire jewelry. Make something different. That's why you're on this channel, so you can see and make something different.
13 minutes, 10 seconds.
Liz, I'm making some pot. Okay, Liz says she's making some pot holders. Okay, Liz, we were talking about making even some slippers last night. So you can, the same way you make the pot holders, you can make the slippers.
Predicted,
it's hard to find some good slippers in the stores today. So think about that as a great idea.
6-minute blackout period.
Okay, Sharama Customs, thank you for coming on. Yeah, try some wrap jewelry. Okay, guys, we got girls and guys. We only have 5 minutes. Okay, the title tonight is that you are better than you think. You are so much better than you think. When you get the mindset of what you want, and in the mindset, ask for the amount of money you need to get what you want, and watch the door open. You're gonna say, "Wait a minute! I only asked for $1,000. He gave me 10. And I can do what I need to do to get my business going." Start lining your mindset up. Ask for what you want, and let's make it happen. Okay, so we got a pot holder person. We got some earrings. I'm suggesting some wrap necklaces to go with those earrings. Even if you got, if you want to do sets with the bracelets, think about the bracelets. Think about having the bracelets also. This light's getting me a little too hot. Think about some bracelets that you can make
until
with
the
that.
end of the blackout period.
So if you're watching me on your phone and you have a TV, you can do both. You can watch the entry, and you can also listen to me, and we can just scream when they get here. I'm excited because I like when I see people take risks. I like when they just give it their all, like when Michael Jordan, if you're old enough to know Michael Jordan, when he was so sick and he just did a record number. He was winning for Chicago Bulls. He was just so in tune with what he did. Or Kobe Bryant, people that just gave it all. So these astronauts are
has acquisition on
the top of their game, and they went to the moon 10 days ago. They had a 40-minute blackout where they had no communication.
3.5 minutes left in this blackout period. This is a visualization of the plasma buildup around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield.
Oh, Liz says she's making slippers for yourself. Well, why not sell them? I've never made slippers. I need a pair at home. I do have on this little top that I could show you all. I could show you this. Hello, Sweet Pearls Creations. You're watching. I'm watching. Sold several of my bags today. Yay! $45. And I am excited about that. That is something to be excited about. Sweet Pearls Creations been making bags, and she sold a lot today. That's so encouraging. She sold them for $45 each. I say that's a deal.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period.
Okay, Miss Sweet Pearls Creations, we are doing a watch party for the shuttle.
9 minutes, 35 seconds.
It said we have about 9 minutes and 35 seconds to watch the shuttle in. I wanted to come on, and I wanted you to feel this charge. So when you're doing your thing, like you just made those bags, that you can feel that adrenaline, like
multiple airborne assets as part of the recovery team.
There's always somebody waiting for what you have to bring to the universe. Always. But just make sure you're making multiple of the same item, so you can get more sales. Just keep making sure that you don't make all the one of a kind, because we want to get you set up for your website so you can make multiple items and sell a lot of the same. And that, what happens when you do that is that you can be able to afford to get help. We want to make it where we can afford to get help and pay the help. Anybody else making anything? Let's see.
We're still in the blackout period. Still do not have communications from the crew.
Okay. This is the blackout period. There's no communication on this spaceship. Oh, you've increased your inventory. I'm happy to see that. Do you all see that? Everybody can make a comment on this channel. She's increasing her inventory, which means what? She's increasing her profit margin. And when she increases her inventory, she can make it faster. And it just become a habit, like eating. You know where your mouth is. Okay? When you start doing the same thing, you know where your mouth is.
Communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now.
This is the tough part. She said, how did I make that silver ring? I think it was a piece of symbol. Okay, I didn't actually make this. I bought this from a jewelry. I don't know if you're talking about this necklace, but I made this. I bought this from another jeweler in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I always like to go to shows with other artists and we buy from each other. I like that. I bought a piece lately though. I'm gonna show you what I bought. In fact, I'm gonna open it from you. I bought this for myself for my birthday. I don't want to leave until they come off this shuttle. And then when I get off the shuttle, then I'll show you what I bought myself. Now, my birthday is not till July. And I bought this from the artist when I did the show here in the mall. And she showcased her art. And I bought one of her pieces because the piece reminds me of my life. And I'm going to show you that piece. But we got to stay focused. We're going to stay focused on this shuttle right now.
Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views of Integrity. Still waiting to establish voice communication.
Okay, we got Victoria.
Integrity, Houston.
She's making handkerchiefs with 2-inch lace. We always need that.
We have you loud and clear.
That's Miss T from Mississippi. Hello, Miss T. We're having a watch party for the shuttle. You know, I'm a kind of active person. I like stuff that's going on live. I like when good news finna
No
happen.
action for the enabled internal camera controller fail.
We are watching the space
Cheers
shuttle
from the
come
viewing room
down.
here
We're
at Mission
listening live
Control
as they're coming
voice
from
communication
going around the
reestablished with
moon.
Commander Reed Wiseman. For America and a waiting world, integrity is 5.5 minutes.
My name is Janine. I'm 49 years old. Although I love dry brushing, I think it's excellent.
Let's get rid of this commercial. Like they said, the world is watching. Constance, she made it on. Hello, Constance. Somebody been getting down. They sold a lot of bags. She sold a lot of bags. Stroll through it and see someone sold a lot of bags at $45 each.
Integrity impact to the camera controller fail is no tab 1 views of the chute.
So much flashing on NBC. Okay.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of integrity. Time to splash down 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes, everybody. What's good about this shuttle coming down is it's on the east, it's on the west coast, which means it's 3 hours, so it's daylight. So over here, the sun is already coming down here on the east coast. So it's coming down on the west coast. It left on the east coast and it's coming down. So we have a female, we have a Canadian, we have an African American male, and we have an American man on this shot. Okay, we can see it now. If you're on your TV, you can see it now. I don't know if you can see it. So it's daylight over there. For those who are coming on, this is a watch party. This is Evelyn's Creations of Evelyn's Creations.
For a series of parachutes, and we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
2 good drogue shoots. Next up,
We copy, we see them.
They see them.
Next up, the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out. Time to splash down 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
3 minutes and 10 seconds, everybody. If you're at home, tell them to get off their phone, go turn on the TV, be a part of history.
Rate according to flight dynamics.
Good rate on 2 drogues. We see the same on board.
Passing through 10,000 feet, still on drogues.
I'm going to answer your question, Liz. Liz asked me, did I make a ring
Main chute deploy.
for a customer? You made it. No, I bought this from a customer. I bought
We're
my
at
ring.
5,000 feet. Search and recovery beacon has been activated on integrity. And we have 3 good main chutes.
Okay, the parachutes are out.
Good 3 main
3
chutes. Good
parachutes
briefing,
are out.
Good descent rate.
Good rate, and we see 3 good-looking parachutes.
Now it's 4 people. They're saying 3 parachutes, so I'm not sure what that means.
Integrity. Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks. Integrity copies.
This is a perfect descent for integrity.
Amen.
Its crew sounding hale and hearty on board. Time to splash down 1 minute, 15 seconds.
1 minute, 15 seconds. Isn't this amazing?
Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon.
Don't we need some good news today, y'all? Okay, Leah says she see 3 parachutes. Let's see 4 people. I see 3 parachutes, but we need 4 people.
Passing through 1,000 feet.
$1,000 feet. Okay, this is Victoria. She said that parachutes is for the pod, not for the astronauts. They just splashed down. Okay, great.
Splashdown confirmed.
Splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed. It's
Splashdown
7:07 p.m.
confirmed.
Central
I'm sharing this with the people that
5:07
I
p.m.
love. This is
Pacific
a
time.
historic day. So guess what?
Pages of
If
Jules
they can
Verne,
do
the
it,
modern
you
day
can
mission
do
to
it.
the moon,
You are
a new
better than
chapter
you
of the
think.
exploration of our
You have the
celestial neighbor is
capabilities of
complete.
doing everything you
Integrity's
think
astronauts
in abundance and
back on
more.
Earth.
Don't worry about the money gonna come. Don't worry about the craft skills are gonna get better and faster and repeat sales.
And the landing and support officer reports the vehicle is stable 1. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts.
Yes. If you're coming on tonight, this is a historic night. This is a live YouTube. It was a historic landing. And we needed some good news this week. We needed some good news. We needed some good things to happen. And the reason that I wanted you to come on, this is impromptu, is because when you give it everything you got, when you just know you got the right recipe, the right item,
The unofficial
just make sure you don't sell out. Make sure you
7:07
got
and 47
more
seconds
than
PM Central
enough.
Time. We'll get that refined for
Yes, we got a safe
you. That would,
landing
put,
for
the end of
people
the
who have
mission
been
at a
out of
mission
touch
elapsed
with
time
the
of 9
world
days, 1 hour, 31
and
minutes,
went around the
35
moon.
seconds.
And that was their passion in their life. And look, they were the first. They were the risk takers. So think of everybody who has taken risks from us, who've taken risks, and we're the descendant of the risks. We can do
Once
it.
again, splashdown occurring in the Pacific, southwest of San Diego, at 7:07 and 47 seconds PM.
Integrity Houston, comm check on VLDR.
And now the ships are going to go out and get them.
loud and clear on VLDR. How else?
We have you the same. We'll meet you over in post landing.
Perfect communications established.
A journey. We are stable 1, 4 green crew members.
Houston copies all.
Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members. That is not their complexion. That is the fact that they're in great condition.
That
That's
means
what
they're
that
in
means.
great condition.
So stable 1, upright. The crew module uprighting system is being deployed. The 5 airbags being inflated through helium to maintain the upright configuration for the vehicle. This was a textbook entry and a textbook touchdown for
Sweet
Integrity.
procurations. You're getting some way to go.
Christina Cook and
You put some
Jeremy Hansen
competition
back on
out
Earth
there so we can
after
get
a
what we
journey around the
need.
moon.
All right, Pink over there in Vegas. How you doing, Pink? What are you making today? Are we making sales? We want to be making sales. We want to be making progress. We want to be getting our things ready. So all those who are currently coaching, they can tell you to come on. And those who are being coached, we can do what we're saying we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to pause that for a minute so we know that they made a safe landing, and then I can keep watching. But I wanted to come on tonight to let you know that you got what it takes. You got what it takes. You got your pictures. You're getting ready to see everything. That's everybody's texting in. You're getting ready to see what your gift is and how you can make an abundance of money. So we had a question, and the question was from Constance, and Constance says she has a Dun and Bradstreet number. So those who are in the coaching, you can ask multiple questions, and I will answer them for you, and I will um, make sure you get set up so you can have the things that you need. So the first thing I want you to know is that once you get I'm gonna turn the phones down. Excuse me for a second, because I was calling you all live, and I wanted to make sure you knew. And then, so I wanted to make sure you knew what was going on. All right. So what I'm gonna say tonight is, when you start building your business, listen real closely. When you start building your business, you need capital. Okay. When you start your business, you use your own personal money. So what happens is, when you use your own personal money to start your business or to maintain your business, your credit score starts to go down, because most of your money that you're using is your personal money. And nobody will loan you money because that you haven't proven to be a success. So when you want to get money, the first thing that you naturally do is go to the bank. And the bank scratch their head like this. I don't know if we want to do that. Okay. Unfortunately, the more risks you take, the more money you get. All right. So, what I want to teach you in the coaching is that to get money, we got to get your business lined up, and then we got to start getting lines of credit. And once we start getting lines of credit, so everybody that's listening to me now, some of you are being coached. So the goal for me for the next week is to call each of you who are getting coaching, really see where you are, what you're making, do you have the volume, and do you have a business name that's active? And if you don't have a business name that's active, I'm going to start really saying, okay, let's get an active name. Excuse me. Now, if you have an active name, if you have an active business name, whether you know it or not, you already have a Dun and Bradstreet number. You might say, "Oh, I didn't know I had that." Okay. If you have a Gmail account, whether you know it or not, you already have a YouTube channel. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And you just haven't activated it. So a lot of times your business, your profile follow you. It's like your shadow. You can't get rid of it. Okay. So what I need you to know is that once you start the coaching and you said, Miss Evelyn, you got these great ideas, but I need money. I don't have the money. I just don't have it. And you're not supposed to have it, because when you use your gift, you use your gift, then you find out that you can do jewelry. Then you find out you can do slippers. Then you find out you can do shorts. Then you find out you can do pajamas. Then you find out you can do bucket hats. Then you find out you can do a quilt. So every gift is another blessing, because you use the gift. Okay, you got all these gifts, but now you need to get organized, and you need to get capital. So the first thing we need to do is, how do we get 20, 30, 40, $50,000 worth of capital? And what we're going to do is, we're going to open up these business credit lines that you don't need money. All you got to do is say, look, I like to open an account with you. I got a business. And then when you open that business, you ask them, could you please apply this business on my Dun and Bradstreet number? The Dun and Bradstreet number is a number that businesses have, and they look at how you pay your bill. And like I said last night, when you have that Dun and Brad number and you pay your bill within the 30 days, they look at you as an A client. That doesn't mean pay the bill off. Say you are a chef, okay? Like, we got someone that's in the coaching named Mildred Desserts. She's a baker, but she's also a sewist. She can make awesome things, right? But say you need to buy an oven. Excuse me. If you buy that oven, then you're going to see that it's going to cost you a few $1,000s. But if you got a line of credit, you can bake all the cakes and the cookies, and you can pay on that $3,000 oven. And when you pay on that $3,000 oven, it doesn't kill you. Or you can buy that oven and you have a line of credit. You can have a line of credit where you have the money, or you can have the line of credit where you have the credit to get that oven. And then you say, okay, I'm going to use that oven and I'm going to make my money. And if you don't have all the money on the 30 days, you'll have a credit card over here that you can pay it off, and you got time to pay on the credit card. It's called leverage. What do you do to get what you got? If you got this order to make all these cakes, you need the best equipment to make the cakes right, and also to make your deadline. All right. And then you got other lines of credit that you need the boxes to put the cakes in, or the sheets to put it down, put it on, or the little stickers that say thank you. Here's my number. Here's my name and number. Buy again. All right. So what I'm saying, the Dun and Bradstreet is the beginning. Now, when you have the Dun and Bradstreet and you open these lines of credit, you want to tell them, my business is, let's say, Masterpiece Designs. This is my business name, this is my mailing address, this is my business address, and please apply this and add my Dun and Bradstreet number to my account. Okay, I'm using Miriam because she was on live last night, and Constance was on live last night. So those are the two. They doing track like this, okay? Because they're like, okay, I need it. Now, if you're not there yet and you're getting coaching, everybody is at their own level, meaning that you're probably making prom dresses, wedding dresses, you're doing all these things. Well, guess what? The coaching is for a year. You don't have to start out running 100 miles an hour. You start where you are. You let me know what you're doing. You send me your photos, and let me critique your photos so we can get the right words so people can find your items. Okay, what does that mean? That means that we're doing 10 things at one time. We're building inventory. We're perfecting our product. We're taking our photos. We're getting ourselves set up so we can get lines of credit, because you need cash. Cash in a business is like an injection. It's like oxygen. I need some oxygen so I can buy what I need, and I can lay a good playing field. And then in return, it's trade. You trade your product for their cash or their credit card. All right. Now, while you're taking that, you need to be making sure that everything you're doing is working in your favor, which means that get the cards that's going to pay you back. Get the equipment, like the credit card terminals, that's going to pay you back. It's so important to start it right, because say you need a loan and you go to the bank, and of course the bank turn you down because you're small. But if you get with the right processor, every time you make a sale, okay, who was that made a sale? Let me go back to this. Someone just sold a lot. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name right now because I'm talking. But someone just, you've already at the top of my screen because we're getting a lot of people coming on. But someone just sold some bags, and they're excited. Okay, they're sold some bags. They're excited, and they sold them for $45. Well, guess what? If you even made those sales and you put them on your terminal, like somebody could have just gave you cash, and you got the sale, and you put the cash in your pocket. But if you were to put that sale and it's cash in your terminal, like I made a cash sale, blah, blah, blah. And if you ask that person for their email address, then you can send them that receipt for that sale. And every sale that you make and you run it through that terminal, then what it does is it starts to establish you a line of credit. So how does that work? You do the sale, you put the cash sale in, you got their email address. And when you got their email address, when you run another sale, then you email them that what you can say, hey, I got a 10% off, or I got to buy one, get one free. Okay, that's me. That's Soul Pearls Creations. Okay, Soul Pearls Creations. I'm gonna use you, Soul Pearls Creations, and I'm gonna see. Send me a text real quick, Miss Soul Pearls Creations. I'm gonna get you on the phone live, okay? Soul Pearls Creations. I'm asking you to call me live, and I'm gonna talk to you about your sale. Okay, so Soul Pearls Creations made a sale, and she made a good sale. She's happy. She's talking about it, right? Okay. So Pearls Creations may not even. She may just be satisfied with the sales. Okay. Or she may say, you know what? I want more money. I want to add on to my house this year. That's gonna cost me about $25,000. Okay. So Pearls Creation, she said, you know what? I might want to get a new bathroom installed so people can't come in my house. I can have it out on the porch. I do my barbecues. I want to put some plumbing in. I want you to think outside of just having more equipment. I want you to think about some things that you want to do that's not in the budget. Like getting a car. I don't have it, but I need a nice car. I need something that's gonna work. I might need to find $20,000 for me a nice car. So I'm giving you goals. So when you start your business or you get your coaching, that you'll start it up. So when you need that money, all you got to hit is text, send, accept. Because when those people see that you're working and you're making those sales, what's going to happen is when you're making those sales, the banks are going to start, they're going to start reaching out to you and say, do you want this money? And you might say, okay, here she goes. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, Miss Evelyn.
Oh, we're so excited you call. You are live on YouTube. And we want to know what happened with those sales today. Can you tell us how you made those sales?
Actually, it caught me off guard because I had made a bag, a sports bag for a young lady.
Okay.
She's a cowboy fan, and she wanted me to make her a cowboy bag. And so I custom made that. And actually, I was on my way to take it to her, meet her somewhere to take it, to deliver it to her. And I had some more bags in the car.
Whoa! You were prepared.
And so
I'm excited. You were prepared.
When I got there, she just happened to look, in the car. And she said, well, what kind of bag is it? And I said, yeah, these are some of the other bags I've made. And she said, have they been sold yet? I said, some of them have, some of them haven't. But anyway, I started showing her the ones that hadn't been sold. She said, well, I want 2 more then.
Wow. I'm so proud of you because, first of all, if you don't have a store, but you got a car, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
That's your mobile store.
Exactly.
That's your mobile store. In fact, have a car, have a tent and a chair and some water. Okay.
Right.
Because God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, right?
Yes, He is. And the thing about it, I almost took that bag of bags out of the car.
What?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. Okay.
Oh, so I'm glad I left them in there.
Okay. And I'm saying you got it. What we say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me use you an example. You went to do a delivery. You sold a bag. You happen to have more product. And they said, well, I'm going to look at something else. Mm-hmm. All right. So it could have been payday. Now, what we got to do when we get those sales, we got to make sure we got pictures before we even put them in the car on our phone.
Oh, I do.
Okay. We got pictures because we want to remake them. Now, when you take a picture of your product, don't just take that picture. Mm-hmm. Take the front, the back, the side, the inside, the bottom, the straps.
Well, actually, sometimes I make a little mini video.
Okay, perfect. We need at least 9-second videos. Yes. We need at least 9-second videos on your product.
Okay.
And we also want to leave our information in the bag, which is our loyalty card. Okay. So our loyalty card. Now, this is how the loyalty card works. If she bought 3 bags, that doesn't mean she get 3 marks on the loyalty card. That means she get 1 mark for those bags. And you pass out the loyalty card. If you don't
Okay.
print the card, make the card. But it's always nice to get it on a great card stock for the customer or the client
Right.
that gives the loyalty card. So if that person spent $130, $140, they get a loyalty card that has one mark for that amount. And then when you get another new fresh batch, look at this one because they're going to use you as their gift shop. They're going to come and they're going to do the gift shop. So now I'm going to keep Sweet Pearls Creations on the line, and I'm going to explain to you how you build credit with those sales from today or yesterday. Did you make those sales today?
Today.
She made those sales today. Yoo-hoo! That is so good. You know what? It's Friday. I don't care how hard you work. I got to buy dog food today. Sometimes when you make money and you worked hard all week, you want to reward yourself. But let me tell you about your self-made business, your God-given gift. When you take those sales and you look at it like a business person, not just I just made money on Friday. Guess what's going to happen? You can make money going to church, just praising the Lord and have one of them bags on. You can make sales going to the doctor. You can make sales like Miriam did, getting your car repaired. You can make sales Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day you're going to draw money to you. Don't feel like I'm only making sales because it's a Friday. Everybody's not broke. Somebody got to buy a gift for someone.
I'm finding that out too.
Yes. Look, I had a client to fly in today, like I told you last night, from Los Angeles. She had ordered a dress, and I'm going to actually show you the dress I made for her. I got you on the phone so they could hear you. This is the dress that I made for my client. She saw this dress online, and she sent me a picture. I printed the picture out. She chose a red and white fabric that I have, which is actually... I'm going to show you the fabric. Actually, this fabric right here, which we sell in the fabric store. So I made the dress. Only thing she wanted was a little bit longer and me to snatch it in. Okay, so that was the dress I made. But guess what happened? She brought her daughter and her granddaughter in.
Oh, wow.
And she had already prepaid for the dress. I actually gave her a shrug. She liked my shrug. I said, I want to gift you this shrug. She said, no, I insist on buying it. I said, I insist on giving it. Because she could have went anywhere. She could have picked up her dress. She could have went anywhere and got her thing. Well, I actually had made her I actually did her daughter's wedding dress. So anyway, long story short, she got the dress. She loved the dress. She had me to make it a little bit longer. So the fabric, I can meet up the borders and I can make the dress longer easily, right? Guess what? She left the store and spent $500 more. Wow. You can't beat that. Yeah, but you know why she spent $500? She was pleased with the dress. She went to the fabric store. She picked out fabric. She wanted to dress her daughters and her granddaughter. And she wanted to do a photo shoot and herself. And she wanted to do a picture with all of them in their garments. And they're going to be going to New Orleans. So those in Louisiana, you may see her out there. But anyway, what I want you to know tonight, and I'm glad you called, we're going to be doing more lives, and I'm going to be interacting with the people that are watching. So if you're on my channel, you got the number. I'm going to be calling you. So,
but you know what, Michelle?
What's that?
She was so intrigued by the bag, the fabric, and because the bags that she bought, I had made up from the treasures.
Okay.
They came from your store.
She liked the treasures.
Yeah.
Them treasures got comeback juice on it. So when you sell it, they're going to keep coming back.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's finish the transaction. Now, what I'm talking about with the coaching. And look, if it takes time, if it takes you a year to get ready for it, when you start buying, say you start buying the boxes of treasures, whether it's mud cloth, like Liz, we can't wait till she get her box. Liz, I sent that box out right away, and I wanted you, I wanted you to know that I can't wait till you get that box. and make all those koofy hats in Detroit. Because Detroit, they buy hats, they wear colors, they stylish. You can sell a man a pink hat in Detroit. Wow. But anyway, what I'm telling you is that when you get those juices flowing and you check in on your favorite channel right here, and you start to see and hear testimonies, you know, like who is this? This is Constance. Constance said, okay, are we going to do the event? Constance, I'm 95% there on the boot camp. I'm just concerned about the world. I'm not just concerned about the United States. I'm concerned about the world. I'm concerned about people sleeping on the sidewalk in tents. I'm concerned about why are we hating each other that we don't even know? Why are we bombing people that have nothing to do with it? I'm praying for the world. I'm praying for the world. So when we end the night, we're going to say a prayer because, we're over here and some things are just not right. We just got to start. We just can't hate and want to kill a civilization.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So we got to start doing our silent protest through prayer to give those who are being affected immediately that they are taken care of, and also that we are taken care of as well. Because what goes out comes back. And we got to stop it. We got to stop it. So let's go back to the transaction. You made some sales. You had some extra inventory. They were in your car. We want to make sure that when we're selling out of our car, we have great gift bags. Tissue paper, we get that from the dollar store. You get tissue paper, we get gift bag. Look, no matter what you're selling, how you're selling it, even if you got to buy your gift boxes from the dollar store to put your jewelry in, what you want to do is you want to give your clients more than what they expect. Right, especially if they are gifting it to someone else or gifting it to themselves. So you will be that go-to person. Make sure you get their information, their email or their text. Okay. If you don't have any cards, take a picture of a card you may have had or that you may be creating. Take a picture.
I have Cricut machines, so I'm trying to make my own. Yeah.
And so what you do is you put that out. Now, when you go to Vistaprint is who I highly recommend for cards. And I'm going to tell you why. Because on that card with Vistaprint, what I would like you to do, I want you to do 2 cards on Vistaprint. That's Vista print.
Right, I'm familiar.
Okay. When you do Vistaprint, I want you to get 2 types of cards. I want you to get your loyalty card that you give out to your customers. I want you to get your business card. On the back of your business card, I want you to have a picture of one of the items you make. Okay. It's a 2-folded card. So it's the business card. It's a visionary business card so they can see your item. It has all your information on the front. If you get lower cards, you take a picture of the card. You always have a card on your phone, which is a digital card. Okay. They don't have to do now. You can do the scanning, but I like to just say here. So when it pops on their phone. Now, when you take those cards and you say you get 500 cards, I want you to get a puncher. I want you to get a punch gun, which puts your tags or your prices on your item. You can also get that from Walmart. Punch your card on every item that you sell. So when they ask for a card, you don't, I got to find my cards. Guess what? The card is on the item and the card, your information is on the tag, the label. So I'm going to give you all the label information. I'm going to give you the label information. But let me tell you something. You made the sale. Now let's build some credit. Some people may not need no credit. Some people got plenty of credit, but I'm going to show you how to build your business credit. You take your business, you take that credit. I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you everything because it costs me money, right? But what I'm going to tell you is when you get the coaching, I'm going to tell you the preferred company to go with. And they look at your sales. Okay. When they look at your sales by the end of the year, they may say, guess what? I like to give you $500. Okay, you take the $500 in a couple months, you pay it back. You don't have to take the $500 and pay it off right away. You want to build that business credit. That 500 will go to 1,000. It'll go to 2,000. It'll go to 10,000. It'll go to 20,000. It'll go to 30,000. It'll go to 40,000. And what'll happen is when you need that money, they'll say, "Look, would you like to take this credit?" You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to go do no financials. You don't have to go and give blood. All you have to do is say yes. And guess what? The money's in your account within 48 hours.
Wow.
Because you start building that capital. Now, what happens? You may not even need the money. Let's be real. Look, I don't need the money, Evelyn. I'm okay. I like doing this as a hobby. But guess what? The world happens. Things happen.
That's right.
And you need capital.
Yes.
Okay? I had allergies so bad. That's why I coughed. I had to take up all of my floors. And you know what I did? I made some extra sales to pay for my whole entire house in Florida was wooden floors. I had a flood from the air conditioner and I had a flood from the washing machine. 2 different times. So we saved the floor, but we couldn't save the allergies. So we had to take up the floor. And my husband's like, "What are we doing?" I said, "We're going to take up the floor and we're going to get the floor put down." And that was an easy $5,000. It was done in 2 months.
I saw one of your old videos.
Okay.
Several months ago, and you were outside of one of your houses, and you said, "I made money with my sewing machine," and that caught my attention.
Like, okay. This is sweet.
I want this house with my sewing machine, and I'm like, "Oh God, you had my attention then."
Okay, I'm gonna let you go, and I appreciate you, and I'm gonna tell you what she just said because I don't know how loud her visit is. This is sweet. This is, I keep wanting to say sweet, but it's so it is a sweet soul pearls creations to me. Okay, thank you for calling in. All right. Okay. All right. So this is Sweet Pearls Creations. She is on the channel. She saw me sitting out of my home in Atlanta, and when I go back, I'm going to go find Miss Bernice. We're gonna have some tea, and I'm actually might invite Miss Bernice over and show her what I'm doing at the house. I actually sew in my garage. I sew in the kitchen table because when you're in Atlanta, you got 2 kitchens, 2 living rooms, a basement, upstairs, middle floor. You got all of that. But I sew between the garage and the kitchen at the back door because I got pets and I can get up and take them for a walk and come back and sew. But anyway, that was that particular video. I had got to Atlanta and something came on my heart and it said, "Go tell them how you bought this house." So I called my neighbor. I said, "Rhonda, what?" I said, Rhonda is a neighbor of mine. She's been my neighbor there for over 18 years. She's been my neighbor. And I said, "Rhonda, I said, what do you think about this topic for YouTube?" She said, "Girl, you better do that." You've been sewing for everybody. You better do that. So, but when I really go to Atlanta, I really go to relax. But I'll bring a project or I'll do a mail order from there because the post office is right around the corner. Everything is right around the corner. So I always bring a project so I can make sure I stay caught up. And I'll bring something to make something fresh with fresh energy. So anyway, long story short, I sat on the stairs and I said, this would be a great idea to let somebody know they can make it, that they can buy property with their sewing skills. They can buy property with their gift. And I just turned the camera on and I just it just came out of me to tell you that you can do it. And so that's why I'm so excited about this shuttle tonight coming home, that their parents and their family believed in them that they could do it. Now, sometimes you got to believe in yourself. In fact, most of the time you got to believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself, you can do it. Okay, I'm going to answer the questions about credit card terminals. Now, Constance says, I purchased a credit card terminal, but the fees were so expensive. If I didn't make a certain amount, they charged, so I canceled it. Okay. So what I'm gonna teach you in the coaching, and Constance has already got with the coaching. Constance has a lot of skills. She just need to be lined up the right way so she can make the money that she rightfully deserves. And that's not just for her, that's for everybody. How they say it in the country, everybody. In the country, they say 2 or 3 words in one word. Everybody gonna learn this, okay? Everybody gonna get it. Now, what happens with credit card fees? Now, the credit card company that I highly recommend, that I've been using for several years, I'm going to tell you it in coaching, right? The credit card terminal does charge fees, but what they do is they keep your customer list for you, that you can run sales. You can also get a free website, and also you can build a line of credit that when you need that money, all you got to do is, yes, I'll take it. Yes, I'll take it. Yes, I'll take it. You want $5,000? Yes, I'll take it. You want $10,000? Yes, I'll take it. You want 25? Yes, I'll take it. I'm giving you the numbers because this is what I've taken. I'm not just taking out numbers. Okay? You need some money. You've been working hard. You've been running your sales through your terminal, and you're saying, God, I just need $5,000. And you wake up, you look at everything. Once you get everything, I highly recommend, don't wake up to business. Wake up to peace. Remind yourself, do not wake up to business. Who ordered this? What do I need to get done? What I do? I recommend this for anyone that's in business at the level that you are. We are that rocket, because this is the second quarter, right? We're that rocket that's going up. Handle your business with your personal life and your job. When you get home, if you want to start on your business, start with the paperwork first. Write down your strategy. What do I need to make? How many do I need to make? What colors I'm going to make it? All right? Go to sleep. That's what I said. You got a job, you got a business, you got something to do, and it's not part of your gift, but you need to make all your money. When you get home, get your strategy together, make sure everybody all right. The last hour before you go to bed or take your shower, write down your plan. How many am I going to make? How many I need to do? And then what bills do I need to pay? I need to pay this bill tonight, that bill tomorrow, this bill the next day I need to pay. So you write down your bills. Okay, did I pay that one yet? Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. When you go to bed, it's on your mind. What you going to make, what you going to pay. Go to bed. The next night or the next day, when you find that pocket of time, work on what that list is. All right, I need to make so many items a day. Before you go to bed again, go back to that list. What I need to make for my business, what bills is coming up, what I need to pay. When you get your mind chronological on what the purpose of your goal is versus extra cash, you can't do nothing but attract more wealth, more abundance, more ideas. Because you know what? When those people fall in love with your gift, they don't care if it's not finished. Hang it up on a hanger. Okay, you making scarves? Here you go. Okay, Constance, you got all these outfits up here. You got a line of them. They in your car. You can show the pictures. Oh, I got it right here if you want it, sis. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy it out your car. Okay? And what you're doing to your mind is you're getting your mindset ready for an abundance of wealth, not buried in worry and problems. Now, I'm going to tell you there's 2 sides to that. You got the difficult client, or the garments that you really don't like to make. And then you got the garments or the things that you love to make. The things that you love to make is going to constantly be selling. The things that you love to make, we just got to get it to the right people that want your items. The difficult things that you make is that injection of cash, like that wedding gown that might be $500, or that prom dress that might be $500. In fact, I'm going to show you a prom dress. I'm gonna see can I show you a prom dress that I made tonight or today that's $500. But it was not it wasn't a hard prom dress. It just was a lot of bead work. Okay. But when you get your mind set up like that, you can't do anything but attract abundance and wealth. And you will be like, oh my God, I got to make this dress over here and I'm making this over here. And then what'll happen is people will buy your prep items. I take that one. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. Oh, that's not finished. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay you right now. I'll come back and get it. And then you'll be like, oh my goodness, I wasn't even trying to say it. I'm trying to get ready for this headache client. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I call it a headache client. A headache client means that they just may talk a long time. When I say headache, it's not a headache in a bad way. It's just a headache because once you start getting your creativity going, you have to learn how to quietly close that conversation out and get ready for the next one. Okay. So that person is spending good money, but they also take a lot of time. They need to be pampered. They need this and they need that. And they do this and they do that. I know you hair dryer stylists know that. Oh, let me see if my edge is right. Okay, let me see if this right. Oh, that stand sticking up there, what you can do. That's fine. Those are people that pay your bills, okay? But you still have to say, okay, this client gonna take me 2 hours, and this client gonna take me 10 minutes. And a 10-minute client, when you look at the price points on how quick the transaction is, the 10-minute client is gonna be more money than the $2,000 dress or the $500 dress or the $45 necktie. Okay, because you got people who are long-winded. So you listen to them, and while you listen to them, then you show them other things. But you got to keep it moving comfortably. You don't want to rush them, but you don't want to, take too long that you can't get to what that, if your fingers ain't cramping, it's saying drink more water, your fingers cramping. I'm doing so much. So, okay, your fingers cramping because you're making money. You're making progress. You're making product. Okay, I don't want to sound like a drug dealer, but you got drugs, okay? Because when they get to your stuff and you good at it, you're gonna be like the drug dealer. I gotta have another piece from Miss Constance. Oh, I need another dress. What other colors? Miss Mildred. I need that one. I need this one. So make some simple things that don't take that long that you can keep it moving. Okay? And don't wait till everything is perfect, you all. Don't wait till every single item has the zippers, the buttons, the hem, the sleeves, the zigzag inside or the serger inside. Do not wait till everything is perfect to show your clients. They enjoy seeing the process. Okay? And everybody is not right now. Now you're gonna have some people need it right now, and those are your finished items. But those people that see it in progress, they're gonna say, oh my gosh, I can give you a day or I can give you a week. Like my client today, she made some changes to her dress. And she said, I think I want it longer. And she said, well, I'm leaving Sunday morning. I said, what about tomorrow? I said, I reserved tomorrow because you said you was flying in. I wanted to make sure you can get all of everything you need. She said, oh no, just smell it to me. She was a doctor from Los Angeles. I see what you're doing. I'm okay with it. I don't even want to go to the register. He gave a card to her daughter. What's the bill? $569. That's my next order. Just ship it to me. I'm okay. Okay. She took more time with the custom piece because she was looking at it flowing. And then she ordered another one. And then she had her daughters to get everything they wanted. And so what I'm saying is that one dress took time and I allowed it myself for time. And the other ones took no time. And it was just swipe the card, ship it to me. I said, you want your daughter to come verify? No. I trust you. I'm flying back 6:00 Sunday morning. Tomorrow I have so many things to do. I'm gonna be alive on something, and I just, So your clients, they know they take your time, they value your time, and they'll give you the money you need to keep your business afloat. So you don't want to be worried about, am I paying too much for my credit card processor? Some people right now are charging 3% more for the credit card processing. They got the price and they're going to add a 3%. You can do whichever way you like. I don't charge the extra upgrade for the 3%. Like when you go get gas, if you pay cash, is this price, you pay card that price. I actually put the 3% already in my price. Okay. Because I don't want my clients to feel like, okay, now you got me another for 3%. Because I have to charge the sales tax. So if I charge the sales tax on top of my item, because once you get your tax exempt, you have to start charging sales tax. All right. So if you don't want to charge your customer sales tax, you have to put it in the price. So if you're selling a bag for like Sweet Soul Pearls Creations, sold a bag for $45. So you have to actually start putting that price at $48.50, or you have to say, can I sell this bag and make money at $42? Can I still make a profit at $42? And if you can still make that bag and make a profit at $42, then you sell it for $45. So it includes the sales tax. And then when you sell it for 40 and you delivering it too, remember that, right? So when you do that bag for $45, make sure you got that sales tax in it. So when you start building your credit up and you pay the sales tax monthly or every 3 months. If you make a little sale, they'll say, you ain't making no money. You pay me every 3 months. If you start to make money, they're going to say, no, I don't want to wait 3 months. Pay me every month. But it works in your favor because when you go buy all your supplies, you don't pay sales tax. All right. And I'm giving you lots of nuggets on why you need a coach. Even if you're already in business and you're not staying tuned with what's going on in the business world and the advantages that you can take and the amount of money, credit you can have, not only does it benefit your business, it also benefits your personal life. If you need to add that extra store on the back of your house or in your basement, and you invite people over and you got racks in your basement and you can sell at your store and you invite certain clientele to your house. But guess what? That's just 1% of your sales. Because once you get that display, your business will pay for your basement and it will let you put it all out online, and you're going to be selling to people all over the world. I mean, you're going to even sell to people down the street that don't have time to come to your house, and they'll pay for your items and your shipping. Okay. So we don't want to get caught up with, am I paying too much for my credit card? No, people are using cards because they don't like to carry cash. So whatever your service is, you have to include your tax and your credit card fee, right? But remember, if you include in your fee and your price go up $5 and you give out a loyalty card, say, don't worry, baby, you're going to get your hair done 6 times this week. Oh, don't worry, you're going to go to 6 events this week. You're going to need 2 dresses. You're going to need 2 dresses every other month. You're going to get a free dress if you use the loyalty card. So in other words, there's always a give and take. There's always a trade. So don't feel like if I got to spend more money over here, I'm losing money. I'm losing $3, I'm losing $5. It's because you're not with the right processor. And when you're with the right processor and they take that and life happens and you need $10,000 like that, or you don't need the $10,000, you know what happens a lot right now? A lot of people say, I'm fine. I don't need the money. A lot of people say that. I'm fine. I don't need the money. I can still fill up my car and it costs me $125 a tank. I can still fill up my car and it costs me $175 a tank. I can still fill up my rig. I got a trucking company and I'll pay them $700 for that tank of fuel, where it used to cost me $400 for that tank of fuel. Okay, you're fine. But when life happens and you work in your business and you have a way that you can get $20,000 with one push of your finger, All they're gonna do is ask you, is your address the same? Is your phone number the same? Is your last four digits of social security number the same? Is your mailing they're gonna just verify what you got. And if you say yes, 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 or you need to update something, and that money gonna be in your account in 24 to 48 hours, let me tell you something. You better get it. You better have some sense of security. You know what I mean? Remember I told you about my life insurance? And then I paid all these years and I outlived my I outlived my life insurance policy. Do you think I'm gonna go with another life insurance policy? No, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna have that $20,000-$30,000. Look, I ain't gonna have that big of a funeral. I'm gonna have a good funeral or whatever, but it ain't gonna be no chariot or no horse. Maybe look like a motorcycle. But anyway, I'm gonna make sure I don't waste my money like that anymore. It was a valuable lesson, and I'm glad I got enough life left to figure it out and say, hey, we got enough money over there for this. Break the glass, take it, sell the business, hopefully to another relative that'll keep it going and keep it going. But we learn things from everything that happened in life. And one thing we learned is better to have more than less. It's better to have more than one sewing machine than only one sewing machine. It's better to have more than one spool of black thread, a white thread, a blue thread, a green thread. So when they come and you embroidering, you got every color. It's better to have more than less. It's better to have more gas in your tank than you got put. Oh, where the gas station at? Okay. It's better to have more than less. So when you line your gift up and you have a great gift that can bring great pleasure and great money, even if you don't sew for business, but you can sew a pair of pants. Hem up, not sew a pair of pants. Hem up a pair of pants. Hem up, put a button on something, and you start collecting that loose change. $5 here, $10 there, $12 there. You start collecting that loose change, and you start feeling good. That wait a minute, I was just trying to figure out how I was gonna eat lunch, and Dove came and put it in my hand. You said, "Wow, guess what? If I did more of that." And what you don't realize is what you're doing. Somebody you know, whether you on the phone with them or you are talking or they're in the house, indirectly, you are showing and sharing your gift of how you can get out of this debt society, how you can get out of this. Oh, I can't go on vacation. Oh, my car broke down. I got to sit home now all week. No, go get your car fixed. What happened this morning? I bought a Mercedes with my sewing money, right? I don't really drive it that much. I did a video in it. So I told my husband, he was saying, "Oh, your car battery is dying because you're not driving the car." So he said, "I'm gonna go get a battery." I said, "Where are you going to get the battery?" My husband is not a coupon person. Okay, if I can find a good deal for good quality, I'm that person. So I told him, I said, "Look, go to Sam's or go to Walmart and see, do they have the battery, and I'm gonna give you my tax exempt." Okay, because if I got a high-end client, I drive my car to go give the deliveries. And so he looked at me like, I ain't got time for that. That's how my, bougie, white collar worker. Anyway, I'm like, okay, look, the car needs a battery. I don't want to drive the battery back. He said, the car needs a battery. So I'm getting ready to go to work. I forget something, and I go back in the house, and of course I start doing something. And then so I get in my truck and I'm driving to work. So when I'm driving to work, my husband passes me in his truck. And I'm like, "Okay, how you doing?" We don't kiss each other. So he's blinking at me to stop. So he's coming up the street. I'm going down the street. He's going home. I'm coming to work. So he rolls down the window. I said, "Okay, what happened?" He said, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "The battery had a warranty. I didn't have to use your coupon. I got a free battery." I'm like, "Oh, really?" You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, when life happens, had it not been under warranty, with the tax exempt, with the sewing money I made from working late, I was able to purchase the battery and it not be a bill. So that's why I'm asking you all, with all my might, with every morsel in my body, to please challenge yourself to bless yourself and your family by using your gift, because it works both ways. It works with giving you peace of mind. It works of bringing creativity to your community, to your family. It also shows your peers that they got a gift. Like some people say, I don't know what my gift is. It might be talking. You might have a gift that you can talk. And you might have a gift that you can clean or help somebody. I mean, people, they haven't been to church in a long time. They don't know they got a gift. They don't even know. I don't know. If I don't do nothing, I can't get paid. No, you can do something. You can pay forward and master your gift and open up more gifts, and it help others. So that's why I'm here today on this great day of seeing the shuttle come down safely. Thank you for telling me the balloons is for the carriage. I'm so happy because I said, wait a minute. It was 4 people went up there. Now you're talking about 3 balloons. But I do remember them saying that they got to have backup parachutes because one can go this way. So now that you said it, I remember it stabilizes. But when you hear the word 3 and you know it's 4 people, you're like, wait a minute, who didn't make it? Anyway, I am so happy that you guys came on this live tonight. I'm so happy that you're coming on. I'm almost 95% ready for us to announce the boot camp, because I would love for us to see each other together. And I just want to make sure that we're going to be safe, that the airports are fine. I do know that they have some temporary things put in place, that they're paying the Coast Guards, the DNC, DHC, and the people that do the making sure you're safe to fly on the flight. I do know they have extended funds to pay them, but the government is still shut down. But those people are working. And so it's just, when we plan something, we can't be selfish. Like, I want to have this event. We got to be concerned about ourselves, our neighbors, our health, and also those abroad. Because some of those may want to come over. They haven't been to the United States. They want to come over and say, I want to see what's going on. But I want you to know, I will make that announcement next month. I will see what kind of clause we can get, even if we have to stretch it out. That if something terrible, I'm praying that nothing terrible happens, but if life happens, that we can reschedule it to make sure that we get through it. So now I'm gonna look at a couple things you said, because remember, y'all said y'all be asking questions, so so we can make sure. Okay, this is this is Marion. Just LM the fabric show. I will be happy. Okay, she said she want to see the fabric store. She'll be happy. She just come to the fabric store. But if you're in town, listen, if you're ever in the Orlando area, this is going to be the best store ever in the city of Orlando. I'm not going to leave here to it. We have 5 stores here, and they're all fully stocked. We do a live radio broadcast every Saturday. I give hope to the people here. I really don't like none of my neighbors to leave. If you listen last night, some of them are leaving. They can't take it. They're not going to the next level and getting sales inside the store. You got to make sales everywhere. If you sell in your garage, your basement, everywhere, you can make the same thing. You can make millions from your basement, even if you don't do a line store. But if you do an inline store somewhere in a shopping center, you're going to meet the best people. You'll be able to control your business. You'll be able to have hours, people come in and out. You'll have community support, and you'll make it. We built this country. We can do a store. You just have to be focused, be dedicated, get your money right, get your business plan. Your business plan isn't always on paper. The business plan is in the mind. I'm going to make it. Okay, let's see some more questions. She's saying praying that, yes, we got to pray for our government. This is Shamrock or Shamrock Customs. Thanks for a great live. Today we witness history in the light. Yes. We witness history in the live. I mean, you can say, where were you? Girl, I was watching it on YouTube with my friends and we saw some things and we shared some things. Sweet Pearls Creations says, awesome tonight. Thank you for all you do. And then you know what I want you to know? I want you to know if you actually like me calling you. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you right now a prom dress I made. I didn't show it after I made it because I didn't want to show it before she went to prom. But I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna tell you something. When you making prom dresses, remember your customer is using your hands. Okay? So you might say, I wouldn't let my child wear that, but your customer uses your hands. They're with their parents, thank God, and their parents approve the dress. But this is a $500 prom dress that she came to me. She could have paid, I think this dress was like $1,200 and I made it for $500. Now, what I did was I went through my resources and I found the crystals and things for the dress at the best price. And this young lady, she does nails. So her mother allowed her to work and make money for her prom dress by doing her classmates' nails, which I love that because I don't think the parents should put out money for prom dress. Look, prom is, prom a year in advance. Get your child off that couch and get out there. I'm from old school, new school, rule school. You go help your parents. In fact, I had to make my own prom dresses. There was no money. I took my money from my job, got my little income tax, and made my prom dress. But this is the prom dress that I made this young lady. I don't know if you can see it. I want to show you this prom dress. It's a little shorter than I would have liked, but this is what they are wearing. This is the prom dress. It's a silver prom dress, super short, with a lot of crystals, and she had a sash on it, and she's right outside. She's right outside her car. I'm gonna see, can you see it really good? Okay. And she was very happy with her dress. It took us about 3 fittings, and we kept cinching it in, and she wanted to bust out more and more and more. She wanted more and more and more. And so we will do that for her. Okay, Miriam Masterpiece, she said, which credit card terminal that you recommend? Miriam, you're already in the coaching class, and I'm going to tell you, you already got it. You're already using it. Okay, so you're good. You're good. That's what's good. Now, I wish I could tell everybody everything, but if I tell you everything and you don't get the coaching, you can mess it up. So I'm telling you, so when you do it and I let you get off and you soar, you're going to be able to make it. And you can spread the word. But as long as you go through the coach, you know how to do it. You got to do it with people that's serious and dedicated so you can get to where you want to be. And then, just think of this before I let you go. Just think, what if you were doing your business and you were running your sales through your terminal? Like, some people don't like people to know their sales, but you was running your sales through your terminal and you had an offer and you can get $20,000. And maybe you went to auction and you saw some property that you could buy for $5,000. Wouldn't that be great? So you bought some property for $5,000 because you had been working your sales through your terminal, billing lines of credit, and then you got the money that you may not even need it, but you got it, and this property came up for sale. Or there was a house next to you that they was finna foreclose on, and you needed your down payment to get that property, and you had money from your sale. There's always money can be made and is needed. There's always money that can be needed. But what I'm saying is that if you have the money and the opportunity come, then you okay, because you're already working. Now, if you get a little bit of money and you say, okay, that's all they're gonna give me, that's because they just got to see if you're gonna make it. They just got to see if you're gonna keep working at it. And when you keep working, and you don't have to take the money, but if you got the money and an opportunity come that you can get something that's going to increase in value, then that's when you take it. First, you use your materials. You got enough materials. Then you say, well, Cass, what am I going to invest in? Am I going to invest in some property or a house? And then I can slowly fix it up and that property keeps in value. Because when you start really sowing, you're going to end up getting everything you need, making the amount of money you have, and then you're going to need to invest it somewhere so it keep making you money. Because you may say, I don't want to work that much. Or you may hire somebody to do the stuff you're doing. You'll have the capital for the payroll to do that. So on that note, we're going to stop tonight and we're going to pray for our countries. And we're going to ask that we can find some peace somewhere in this universe. So if you all are listening to me tonight, we're going to end with a prayer. We're going to have you all to everybody who's texting me. I'll return your call as soon as I finish. I'm still at work, as you can see. But we're going to stop for a few seconds. If we could just close our eyes and we all come together. We done made the shuttle come down. Now we finna ask for some peace and harmony for our sisters and brothers across the world. Because where there's power, where there's prayer, there is power. Okay, here we go. Dear Lord in heaven, we thank you so much for us witnessing this historic day. We thank you for our members, our boot camp members, our subscribers, our enthusiasts to know what we're doing, to know that this is all for you. It's not for us. We're an unselfish group. We work with each other. We share our victories and we share our pain. We share our wants and we share our growth needs. Ask God that you may help all the ones who are going through illness, that you may be a healing hand. But Lord, we ask that you may be with all of those that are in the midst of war and warfare, that you may give them something to eat tonight, that you may give them peace, that you may find shelter for them, that you know, God, that this could also be us. Lord, we ask this in your name, and we ask for favor, that we can give those who are holding back food and oil and shelter and meds and homes. We ask, God, that we've never seen it, so much hatred, so many bombs. We ask that you may cease it. While we celebrate tonight, we also know some are suffering. Some of them are even our members. We ask for grace, mercy, and healing hands. In your name we do pray. Amen. Thank you all so much. I truly appreciate you. And I'm so excited for the second quarter. I'm also excited for testimonies, wealth, and abundance. So Pearls Creations, you get the yoo-hoo tonight. So Pearls Creations, you're doing your thing. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.